Very good evening, everyone. Uh, I suppose viewers are coming in, and I've just started. And don't worry about the voice; it will be very much audible. Uh, so let's wait for some viewers. Before that, I just want to announce some, I would say, outstanding news that is going on in the market. For those who are early joiners, they must have known today that euro has basically crashed down and has built up parity with the United States dollar. And currently, we are in a state of the European Council is in a state of utter panic, and there's going to be certain reactions from the market as well. So, those who are early joiners, please make sure that your friends also join in. In a few minutes, we are going to start as such, and I suppose we have got three people around. That's a good start, though. Okay. So, if we are to begin today, we have got a very important, very important topic to cover. Okay. We have a very important topic to cover today, and that's one of the most important as well as very relevant topic from the point of view of trading. And is the screen visible right now, or is it a blackout? Is the screen visible currently? It's blacked out. Okay. No worries. Just let me know that whether it is visible now. Is it visible now currently? Can you see this? It's now blacked out, but was it visible just a moment ago? Okay, done. Okay, done. Understood. So, welcome everyone to today's session, almost the third live stream that we are having today. And in this third edition, I would say, of Market Insights, we are going to cover one of the most relevant topic of supports and resistances. So, here we go. Myself, Mohammad Abu Tarab, and I'm here, the analyst for Vantage Markets. And let's start with a little bit of background of what is support, what is basically resistances. And first, we are going to cover about what we are going to cover today. That is, our agenda is going to be understanding the supports and resistances. First of all, very important. People usually overlook what is the meaning of certain things and they just jump into trading. But we are going to have a very fundamental study about supports and resistances. Not a very deep one, but just a basic idea of what supports and resistances mean, and how, if I'm saying that there is a support at this level, so what exactly do I mean by it? Okay, that is the first topic. Okay, the next one, obviously, which all of you are waiting for, how to draw meaningful support and resistance levels in the market, in the live market. We are going to cover that later on. Yes, this is basically spontaneously I'm going to show you what is the live market supports analysis. Because of the current downtrending market that we are seeing, the bearish market that we are seeing, we are going to cover the supports analysis. And if I'm getting the chance, I will also tell you if there is an uptrending movement in, say, for example, USD or something like that. So we are going to cover that as well. That will be resistance analysis. Okay, where is the resistance level, that we are going to understand. Obviously, in the previous live stream, I have been very much happy that I'm getting very positive responses from you guys. And this was the previous live stream that we covered trend lines and channels, how to analyze trend lines, how to make trend lines, meaningful trend lines, how to trade according to the trend line. And if you remember, I will also give you and remind you that one of the most important levels that I've given you that day, the previous Tuesday, you might go on YouTube and you can check it. I've given you a short call on gold, and at 1801, if you might be remembering it, we will go to the pro trader account and I will show you how the movement has turned out with just trend line analysis. How trend line analysis can help you, and supports and analysis is just an next level thing about it. So the next thing that we are going to basically cover, as we have covered in trend lines, that I've shown you how to make a trend line, then how to analyze whether it is a correct trend line, or is it going to be you know it is not correct, right? It is not going to help me in any way. So also we are going to cover how to know that the drawn support and resistance levels, which I'm going to teach you in the second part, is it correct, is it perfect, can it be used in my trading, or is it just going to I'm just going to make multiple lines in the price action and just going to get confused. So we have to look at how we don't have to over analyze stuff. Okay, so that is going to be one of the most important topics, which I will cover in this particular section. And later on I will give you a very good trick, basically a shortcut, in order to get free support and resistance levels for the day and for the month level, right? So multiple things we are going to cover in this particular session. Let's see. And we are also going to cover, okay, hello everyone, who are the new joiners, welcome to the stream. And we have just discussed the agenda on what we are going to do today, right? So this is the agenda for today. A lot to be packed in for 1 hour session, but I will try to achieve, like I will try to cover all these up, and so I want your complete attention today, isn't it? Hope you have had your tea and are your all of you are completely in full energy, right? So, starting with the supply and demand, basically starting with the support and resistances, there is an underlying concept, right, which is basically working in any market. If it is a market of even your local market is going on near your house, that also follows the law of supply and demand. We all know this. We have all read somewhere or even heard of this thing. That is law of supply and demand. But what exactly it means, and what exactly is it relevant, how it is relevant to our current market, isn't it? Our market, that is the financial markets, overall forex market, cryptocurrencies, the commodities, the equities also, it stands true in all forms of markets, right? So the first thing that we need to know is that market dynamics is based on law of supply and demand. This is the first thing that we need to know. Now, what is law of supply and demand? It is a very simple concept. You might go on Google and search it as well. Law of supply and demand basically establishes the relationship of supply and price, and demand and price. Okay, there are multiple parameters that are working in the market. I know that there are multiple news that are going in the market, but there is a presumption of this law that we have to keep every other variable. The If I'm talking about supply and how supply is going to affect the price, then I will have to keep other variable, which is the demand, that needs to be kept constant, right? As we went to the school in mathematics, we might have heard of this. We have to keep that variable constant. That means if demand is not moving anywhere, if demand is constant, how will the supply affect the price? That is the first thing. And vice versa is also that we have to look, that how demand will affect the price if the supply is remaining constant. If the supply is going nowhere, it is neither declining nor it is moving up. So how will the demand itself will affect the price? That is how the market is functioning currently. In any case, in any uh, sector, in any form of analysis, this is, sorry, I'm a bit my throat is not correct today, not in the good condition, but what we are talking about is that supply and demand basically affect the price, and this law establishes the relationship between supply and demand along with the price. So that is the first thing. Talking about support. Now support, what exactly do I mean when I say the gold has this support, 1700 support, 1680 support, whatever it is. So what do I mean by support? Support means a price point where the supply begins to slow down. When the supply, which means the sellers, are going to slow down and the demand will start to increase. This is a support level. Okay. So you see, while we are going to go into the market, I'm going to bore you first, everyone, with this tricky stuff, with this economic stuff. But remember all these stuff as I'm going to explain you on live market. All these will get clear. All these points will get cleared. The support is where the supply stops, not exactly a full stop on it, but it continuously falls down as compared to the demand. Now demand increases at that level. Okay, support is that particular point in price action. The next thing is resistance. Obviously we know the opposite is going to be correct, right? So resistance is where demand drops. Demand, that is buyers, lose their interest in that asset, lose their interest in that particular asset or security, equity, commodity, cryptocurrency. It stands true everywhere. Okay. And the other thing is that the supply now starts overpowering the demand. That means sellers jump in the market. I'm going to show exactly how it is happening in the live market. Okay. Sellers jump in, they push the price down. Okay, the demand is constantly dropping at a point where the demand gets saturated and it cannot fuel the price any more up. What happens at that point? The supply, the sellers will come in, will jump in at that high price and they will start selling. Understood? They will start selling. And what will happen next is that, okay, okay, yeah. So what will happen next is that we are going to see a lot of pull back downwards. Okay, we are going to see something like, wait a second, let's just start the presentation now. Let's start the live market. So just going to switch it up and show you the live market, isn't it? Okay. Okay, so let's start. I suppose everybody is able to see this. This is the Vantage terminal of ProTrader. Okay, and we are here. I suppose everyone is able to see it, right? Okay, well done. Can just somebody confirm that you are able to see this? Okay, let me start it again. There's some technical difficulty, but don't worry. Okay, it is visible now. Good. So, talking about any particular thing, let's just clean up everything right now. Okay. So this is the purely the price action chart, which is of gold, right? Previously, I just want to remind you all of a very important announcement that I wanted to make. We were here somewhere, okay, 1801, 1803, 1800 level, we were there on somewhere on 5th July, na? It is showing absolutely wrong. Okay, we can, you can go in the live stream and you can check it out. Or else I will, what I will do is, yes, we can see. Okay, good. What I will do is, there is a problem in this. Don't worry. I'll sort it out. Okay. Okay. So this is the same thing. We are at the Vantage platform and we are just going to clear up everything else. Okay. This is the point where we were discussing the whole thing. Okay. It was 5th July, I suppose. Here we were, and I told you to short at this particular point, isn't it? And it went all the way down. So we just did the trend line analysis at that point in time. Okay. Now I'm going to show you how to basically understand where the support level is going to come and where the resistance is working. Okay. So let's just go back. I will tell you where exactly is the resistance. Now, see, for example, this point, this line, I'm going to draw this. for better understanding of yours, let's just take this line. Okay, now I'm going to say that this is a very important support level. Now why is it that I'm telling that 1676 is a good support level for gold, right? Gold dollar. So we will just zoom in. We will see what has happened at this particular level. Okay, if we move it up a little bit, we can see this way. So 1670s, 1679, that means 1680 level is the support level for gold. Now what does this mean, sir? What does this mean that it has got a support? At this point, you see that the selling came the previously. I will show you a very important thing here. Okay, there was selling and there was bearish momentum right from this point all the way till this point. Okay, there were some pullbacks here. Look at these pullbacks which were coming again and again. But this time, this was the last point where it took a pullback. It went all the way back down, and this again, these two candles, if you can see, it took a support at this level only, 1680s level. Okay, not exactly pinpointing a particular number, but knowing where exactly where the line is supposed to be, where the zone is supposed to be, that is important. So this is the level which we are talking about now. Sir, why is it that this is going to be a support in the future as well? Okay, in the future also this is going to be a very important support. That is why I showed you this particular point first. Now let's draw a clear path and let us see who all can identify this kind of a pattern. Okay, okay, okay. And this is not going to be here, this is going to be up. Okay, understood. Now, can you see any pattern at this point in time? Why I have conferred, I have given this particular level as support level. Why is it an important level? Why? Because it has been tested 4 times. In 4 bars, it has been tested. This red candle opened at this point, closed here, somewhat low at this point, and then it opened exactly on the close of the previous day, exactly on this point, and it went all the way up. It was a strong bullish engulfing, if I'm not wrong. This is a bullish engulfing pattern. And after seeing this candle, I could have taken a buy position here. I could have covered it here somewhere, right? But those who know, those who have got a brief idea of what I'm talking about, can somebody identify this path that I've drawn currently? Can somebody tell me what this exactly is? Yes, exactly. This is a double bottom pattern, isn't it? It's also called W pattern. It's also called double bottom, right? So after covering these two bottoms, that means this bottom, the the whole path, the price action has went back up to this level of previous. This is not a resistance. This is called a neckline. Okay, this is not a resistance that I've drawn. This one, let's change its color because some of you might get confused. So this green line that I've drawn, it is not a resistance line. Okay, don't get confused. This is called a neckline of double bottom. This is called a neckline. Now when it has broken, this has been breached at this candle. Look at this candle. Everybody can see this candle. Look at the path. Okay, this is the path. So looking at this was a strong breakout. Now this is a breakout from the neckline. I won't be taking a position at this candle because it has not breached out of this neckline. Okay, this is also very different thing that I'm teaching you, not supports and resistances, but neckline also acts as a resistance only. Okay, which has to be broken in order for that double bottom pattern to get successful. Okay, so how it has become successful, look at this. Why I'm telling you this support level, that is also I'm going to show you why. Okay, look at this. Okay, now one thing that most of the people won't know is that in a double bottom pattern, let's take an arrow. In a double bottom pattern, the distance between this line, the support line, and the neck line is going to be the. Okay, this one is something that I need to clear. Okay, so this is going to be the target. when it first breaches this candle, I'll be keeping my target at this level. Okay. Now I'm going to show you one important thing, right? How I'm going to get this. Now look at this. There has been a consolidation at this point also. In the future, it has been broken down, but look at this. It has acted as a resistance again and again. Look at this. How beautifully it works. This is an exception. Look, resistance, resistance, resistance. Now it has broken out from this resistance. This is a good bullish candle which has broken out of the resistance. How one single line which I have drawn at what point, sir? This point, sir. At what time? 16th April of 2021. Where are we going with this? Up till what time I'm going to get this resistance is 11th February 2022. For more than 6 months I'm using this line in order to gauge where is going to be the resistance. Okay, now this is a false breakout, this is also a false breakout, but this one is a strong breakout. Okay, now that I'm going to show you how to basically judge that it is a fake breakout or is it a correct true breakout. Now this time the target was breached, obviously it was reached at this point. Look at the resistance again, it has been acting as a resistance at this point as well. It is very hard for the price action to breach this level. It has made attempts, but it has went down in a red candle and then it made attempt a fresh attempt at it and it tried to close above, right? So if you would have known that there is a W pattern, there is a support level at this point, there is a resistance level at this point, and it is also forming a chart pattern, which is double bottom pattern. All of this is happening at a daily candle. You could have taken a positional trade at which candle, sir? So this candle I could have taken, I could have waited for some time, and I could have taken a position in this candle as well. Okay. Now one more important thing, if you might not be able to see it, the price did go back down. Look at this intricate level of price action. This is the neckline, and this is how this bullish pullback, this bearish action, this bearish pullback has been. How precise this is working. You just let me know how precise something can be. Are the indicators this precise? Absolutely not, right? Are they this precise? Absolutely not. But this one, this study of supports and analysis, support analysis and resistance analysis, it's completely mind blowing. Look at this level, how it has bumped up from here, close up here somewhere, and then went up again. This resistance previously in the W pattern, it was acting as a resistance, but once it has broken out, now it is acting as a as a support. So in previous sessions, I have taught you this, that once a resistance can get converted into a support, or a support can get converted into a resistance, and that is called change in polarity, or change of polarity is wrong, change in polarity. That means support becomes resistance and resistance becomes support. In this case, the resistance at this point, right, has become support at this point. Again, support at this point, support at this point. This is a wick, so you can consider it. Okay, support at this point. Now this is a breakdown from this point. Okay, now where it has taken support in the 1680 zone. How precise can something happen in the market? How easy it is to predict the market? Actually, it is not easy. Otherwise, you will all, earn good profits. But it is not the case usually. But this is from a proper technical analyst perspective, and I'm going to teach you everything about it. And I'm teaching you currently. So this is how it is acting. This has been what? This has been the support here, na? Look at this. I'm telling you, this has been support. The neckline, which was previously the resistance line, has been converted into a support. Two testing points. Now this broken down from here, but all the way it went from all the way its low was this point, 1680s point only, and then it covered back up. It took itself and it went back into this range, this and this range. Movement is obviously is going to create something new supports and resistance levels are going to to get created, uh, and this is how it is acting currently. Okay. Now, talking about the recent price action, the gold, the commodities market has been essentially uh, butchered up. Every particular market except for United States dollar has been in a downtrend, and we all know about it. And currently, a very good, very, I would say, I don't know what kind of a news this is, but this is a very scary news. I would just want to show you every. Check this. Now done something. Just let's clear it up. Look at the current price action. It has something moved. It is moving towards the parity. It also hit the parity, and then I suppose it has covered itself up. Okay. So look at the low. You can see low here at this point. OHLC data. Just look at the low of this candle. 0.5 times 9. So it has hit the parity. It has been the first time in 20 years. After 20 years, this is happening, and this is a historic moment for the markets, for the European market and the dollar market. It has been an outstanding moment. I would say we are witnessing almost a history, and that this is what is happening now. It is trying to gather some strength up. Now, what is going to happen in the future, sir? Euro USD, we are going to do some support and analysis, so let's uh, keep that aside a moment, and I will just tell you, because a lot more questions are coming from this particular market, Euro USD, that Euro is fundamentally segmented. Okay, it is fragmented in the sense that the European Central Bank cannot just out of the blue increase the short-term interest rates. If they are increasing short-term interest rates, that is going to impact a whole continent instead of a country, right? So on the other hand, what United States has done is that United States has increased radically. Its interest rate has been increased drastically, and this has led to a decline in the euro currency, right? A depreciation of euro, right? But what else that triggered this parity to happen? This is called parity. Basically means equality in like $1 is equal to 1 rupees, or €1 is equal to one United States dollar. Okay, historically euro has been stronger as compared to United States dollar, but this has been achieved today. This is a big news, and tomorrow also is going to be a very good, very big news, I would say, because tomorrow the inflation rate has is going to come out. The CPI rate is going to come out, and based on that, the Federal Reserve Bank of United States might revise its interest rate. Obviously, they are going to increase it, and this is the case. This is the whole happening in the euro market. And the another factor that was working previously was uh, it is the energy crisis. Okay, it is the oil crisis, because there is a pipeline, there is a gas pipeline which connects Russia to Germany and other parts of Europe. It's called Nord Stream. Okay, just a little bit of news for you guys. Nord Stream, which has went under maintenance. Okay, it is going under maintenance, and that is why the supply of energy has been halted, and this is why it is happening. That such a downtrend, and even an event which has not happened since 20 years has come into the scene. Look at this. So many times we have come up at this level, but we have never went to a parity level, an equal level, right? 1 USD is equal to 1 euro. That has never been the case, but today we see that level, right? So I just wanted to show you, because I wanted to you. I want all of you to know that this can also happen. This is market. This is a 20-year phenomena that is happening after 20 years. Okay, so this is the thing. What is going to happen of euro? Obviously, it might continue to drop down after the interest rates are revised of United States, and the energy crisis is also looming on the head of European countries. And European Central Bank is in a bit of a trouble, but we will see what will happen in the future. As the news comes out, as the data comes out, we are going to see and keep an eye on all of this. Okay, now let me know if you guys can. Okay, So I'm just going to stop this live market and we will go back to our presentation. Okay, I suppose everyone is able to see this. We were here last time. Resistance is where demand drops and supply overpowers demand. Okay, I'm going to show it to you. Now, ways to draw the supply and resistances. How many ways you can draw and you can come to know that this level might be considered as supply level or sorry, support level, or this level is going to be a resistance for the particular price action. So there are broadly four ways. There are more ways than these also. So what are these ways? So there is a price consolidation I will teach you, the repeated highs and lows of price action, and use of indicators. Which indicator I'm talking about? I'm talking about pivot points, which I'm going to cover late in this session only. And there's one more thing that is called zone analysis, in which we make demand and supply zones. Okay, that is somewhat of a advanced level. We are not going to cover this today because there is so much time left. Already it is like 6. So I'm going to quickly brief you about. Okay, yeah, get back to this point, the market. Okay, let's see. So this is where we are. Let's jump on to what we were doing previously, the gold. This one is a bit different. Okay, so I told you there was a W pattern somewhere here, right? Where have we seen this W pattern? Somewhere here, right? Yes, this was the point. Let's draw the baseline. This is going to act as a support level. This was the neckline, which was breached at this candle, and then it went up, right? Now it has not just went up. This line is not useless after this particular point. It has come in handy when the price was dropping down. We knew that this line somewhere is going to act as a support level, which it has. So this is how it has acted multiple times. This has happened. This has happened. Okay, multiple times it has been done. Now recently we have breached this particular neckline, right? This support level has been breached. Okay, and that is why the price is consolidating at this point. Okay, many people are like, why the gold is not dropping after so much bad news? Why is it not just going back to zero? Absolutely not. It's going to relax a bit. Okay, any movement you need to have after you run 5 miles, don't you need a break? That is what is happening here also. It is taken multiple times. It has taught us that I'm going to take a break after breaching this support line. Look at this, how it has taken support and then went back up. Now currently what is happening, sir? These two lines we got it. Okay, good enough for us. Now this support has been breached. Okay. Now what I taught you about change in polarity. Now what will happen of this particular level? Okay. This line of 1755, what are we going to do about this 1755 line? This will get converted into a resistance, obviously, for obvious reasons I've just taught you right now. Look at this. It is going back to 1751. It has retraced back itself. This was 8th July. Okay. 8th July, I suppose, the last 8th July was last working day, obviously, of the previous week, right? So it has went back up to the support. It has made a high here and then closed back down. This is what is happening. It is price is consolidating. Now the first way that I have told you in the uh, in the presentation was that price consolidation we have to see in order to gauge where there is a support level or resistance level. Okay, so what is consolidation, sir? Consolidation is where certain candles are made, certain spinning tops, certain dojis. There are no dojis here, but certain spinning tops are made. I suppose everybody knows spinning tops. Okay, it is just like this candle. Red candle is there, na? This is called a spinning top. A very small real body, wicks, and a small body. Okay. So this is where the price is consolidating. It is resting for some time. Okay. But that means that the high of this particular consolidation will then be acting as a resistance. Okay, I've just seen this example, and we have seen a basically a breakout. Look at these three candles. These have also acted as if there was a resistance. This was a bullish movement. In fact, there was a bullish engulfing movement the prior day. Okay, so it was supposed to boom up, right? But it took some consolidation. It took some rest, because it has run after a engulfing. It has ran a very huge rally in this particular day, and then it has consolidated. Why was this consolidation happening only at this price level where I've drawn this resistance level? It is back. It is very back. Look at this, 16th November, which is helping me at this point, 15th February, 16th February. Because I've drawn that line in November, I'm getting to know that when this line will be breached, I will be buying at that point. Obviously, right? So I saw this line breach this particular point, and I waited for a confirmation, but this confirmation was not good. So I waited again, and then there was a price consolidation at this point also. Price went all the way up this. So this is an indecision. Again, this candle has been formed. A green strong candle has been formed, almost an engulfing pattern, and then see the price rise up into the sky. Isn't it? How consolidation can help you understand this consolidation. I have recognized this as a consolidation. How it is working at this point, right? Now it has went all the way back up, back down. The gold has started its downtrend journey from 9th March, okay, and has all been downtown, okay. Now, not just this level was working as a resistance at this point, but later on, if once this is breached, what is happening of this resistance? This is getting converted into a support. How, sir? How it is support? Look at this level. Look how the candles are forming at this. Now, don't accept this line to be a pinpoint level in the price action. It is not a pinpoint level, okay? It is a vague level. So somewhere around 1870s, it has got support. It's 1875 range, 1870 to 1880 range. That way you can understand. So it has got a support at this level, sir. And now it has went back down. It has reached this point. It went back up. Now this was a bearish movement, very strong, right, movement of selling has come in, but again it has consolidated. It has rested a little bit. It wanted to take a rest because it has broken down a support line. It has done something very huge, right, where the people are going to jump, right. Now why this happens, you may ask. From technical point of view, some people understand this as a support level, obviously, right. So they start buying at this point. They believe that the price action is going to take some rest here, and then it is going to blast up again. But from the trend line perspective, what is going to happen? It is in downtrend. What is going to happen? Obviously, it is going to go down. So once it took some rest here, look at this red candle, a very strong bearish movement. You could have taken a position at this point where it has breached again. Where it has breached the support line again, you could have taken somewhat. Let's see, I will show you a short position at this point and taken somewhere here, high stop loss somewhere here. Okay, what is the position, sir? It is a very good trade, sir. The risk reward ratio is almost 3 to 1, right? And you have achieved it. Ideally, if you are new to the game, you must keep it almost 2, right? 2 is to 1. So the amount you are risking, that must be one part, and the amount you are supposed to win. If your trade gets correct, then it should be two parts of it. So that is what is happening currently. I could have taken position here also. No worries. Within this candle, I could have taken, because I've seen that this candle is going to break again. Okay. Now, not only this, come back again. Now this level is not properly taken. We have already covered somewhere here, right? This position is somewhere here. So look how the history is repeating itself. It has taken a support multiple times here also. That is why this candle which went all the way down, this candle which went all the way low here, then covered itself up to this point, and then it has started going up. It tested this level one, two, three times, and then it went again down. Now, sir, it went downwards. This is a range in which you have to act, in which you have to trade. But this candle, sir, this is a strong candle, sir. On 5th July, which we are talking about, I told you in the live stream to short at this level. Okay. We were live at that moment. I told you to short at somewhat this level, right? Let's change this color. Short at this level, right? Now look at the basically position, how it has went down, how it has taken no stops. Now it is taking some stops because the data is inbound. Now the market is anticipating some changes, right? That is why it is consolidating at this point. Some might be buying, some might be selling. Now this started as a green candle actually, today's candle, but it has now ended into a red candle. It is gotten converted into a red candle. What is the future, sir? Obviously, it is going to go down. There is no doubt in this. But when is it going to go down? How much is it going to go down? That is unsure of because the data is yet to come. But we can say, as we have drawn this level previously in the history, it has been played. It has played a major support role for gold. Multiple times it has been tested. Look at this consolidation, it has happened in this at this level only. Look at this resistance levels, right? Multiple times it has been tested. That means that 1680, 1670s to 1680 will be the next levels of gold. If it drops down from this level, from 1740s level, 1730s level, it is going to go all the way down. And if the US data is not good tomorrow, if the inflation is like not coming down, actually it must come down after some uh, all of this fears of recession that is running in the market. It must come down, but we might see some changes in the rate also, some increase in the interest rates also. That will lead the gold into further downwards momentum. Okay, so this is the current situation. I've already given you a position. I had already given you a position at this point, right? And in this candle only we were talking, and I have given you a position this. Okay. Now this is one-to-one risk to reward ratio. I will just change it a little bit, right? I would keep my stop loss here, and this is somehow 3:1 risk to reward ratio. Good enough for me. I want good enough money, and then I'm going to sleep peacefully, isn't it? So 3:1 risk to reward ratio. And this line was drawn way back, right? Which line? This line was drawn way back, and it has breached at this point, right? It has this candle, this red candle has breached this support level at this levels, right? 1780 somewhat was a good support level. It has went down all the way down, right? So you now know what is consolidation. Consolidation is where price action stops, takes a breath, right? It takes a breath, it collects itself, and then it moves like this one, like this one. Consolidation. Okay, okay, okay. No worries. I'll just expand this one and let's see. Like consolidation is like indecision candles forming, right? Multiple times you will see this is also a consolidation only at this level. Okay. So somewhere like spinning tops are being made. Not this much, but this small level which we are talking about. Okay, this one. Somewhere where the spinning tops are being made. This is also somewhat of the similar nature, right? So the price goes up, back down, go back down like this. It goes down, it comes back up, it goes down. It follows a range, almost a sideways movement throughout days, right? This is more than a week, so this is a consolidation also. Moving back, moving a bit forward, with repeated highs and lows. This is the second way of. Thank you very much, DC Trading and Company. Thank you very much. Let's continue. Okay. So all of these levels are there. Let's just clear everything up because it is becoming a little clutter. Yeah. What am I talking about if I'm saying that multiple repeated highs or repeated lows give us a particular support or resistance level, right? That I'm going to show you. If I'm looking at this chart, let's say from 9th March till 10th Jan, okay? I'm looking at this chart and I'm looking at highs and lows. Don't consider it to be exact words, okay? Consider it to be a more vague nature of highs and lows. So I see that there was a high here, again there was a high here, again there was a high here, and then it has been breached at this level. But again, the price came back down, it went all the way back down, and then again there was some consolidation in this range. So can I draw a resistance level at this point, which might act as a support level somewhere near in the future? In the near future, it will act as something, na, right? So the resistance I've drawn here, it will change itself into a support level. Now it has gone up, right? Now this support level, this resistance level has been breached, right? This strong green candle shows that it has been breached and has went all the way back, up, down, up, right, from here to here. From which point, sir? So 1840s level, I would say, not exaggerating what numbers are there. To be exact, if I'm counting, I should count the low of this, but the open of this candle, which is nearly 1826. Okay, okay, yeah. So this is how repeated highs and lows, we can get some idea out of it. How repeated highs and lows can actually help us. Repeated highs, repeated highs. This will act further in the future. Look at this. Wait a second. Repeated highs. I'm drawing a line here. Look at this resistance. This has been broken, but this is almost a false breakout. It comes back down in its range. Look at this, how it has come down in its range. It has forgotten that I have to be in this range, and then it has come back down. Again, it has tried at this point. It has tried at this point. Tried but failed. Again, it has tried. But this movement, if you see which day's movement, this is 11th February. It's a very strong movement. You can count on this movement, right? Previously, it was not a strong movement. This was a very strong, small candle. Na? That way, the candles will help you to basically judge whether the resistance has been broken or it has just taken a test run at it, right? So this is what is happening. So it has taken a test run at it. Let's just go into this range. Let's see what happens. But it could not resist itself up. It could not support itself at this range. It has went back down at its range. When it will move out at this point, when there is a strong bullish momentum, and then it has went all the way up. Consolidation, I've already told you, when the price rests, when the daily movements are like fluctuating in a sideways and in a range movement, those are considered to be consolidation. Currently, you may term this also as a consolidation, but this is a very small consolidation. It might continue to go down. Okay. And the last but not the least, I would say I would pick up this particular thing, which is called pivot points or pivot points. Somebody calls it pivot, somebody calls it pivot. No worries, we will call it pivot points. Okay. Pivot point standard you have to choose, and it is going to actually, let's clean this up. Okay. And put up the indicator in this indicator level pivot. Right? You are getting this standard. Click on this. Now you see a bunch of lines. Okay. See a bunch of lines. You see it flying everywhere. You don't know what to do with this, but I'm going to teach you. Don't worry. So this is a daily time frame. Look at this daily time frame. Within a daily time frame, if you are choosing, the pivot will be monthly. Okay, the pivot will be monthly. So monthly, it starts from 1 July. You see this it is going to end at 1st August. Like a new pivot is going to start from 1st August. Similarly here, it ended at this point, right? 1st July. It started with a new pivot at this point. So this is monthly pivot if you are choosing daily time frame. But sir, if I want to trade in swings, I want to trade in shorter time frames, what shall I do? So you choose a smaller time frame because it is auto. Let me show you the settings how it is looking. Okay. So this is the input. I have chosen Fibonacci. Okay, Fibonacci is a bit better, I would say. Time frame, pivot time frame, auto you have to select. Number of pivot backs, that is how many pivots that you have to see uh, prior to the current level. Okay, so let's select 5. I will show you how it works. It is going to show me only 5 pivot levels: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and if I want more, then I can go into this and I can choose more than that. So if I want 15 pivots back, it is going to show me 15 pivots back. Isn't it very convenient? Very convenient, isn't it? Now, in the hourly time frame, we are going to get a pivot for the whole day. So it starts from 1:30 in the night and it will end in the night. Okay, somewhere 12:30, 1:30. So when you select a shorter time frame, the pivot will be of daily. Daily, this line is not going to change itself according to the price action. Okay, it is going to remain static and it is going to show you very important support levels like it is showing right now. Look at this level, how the price is getting support at this level. Support is 131,731.6. Obviously it is taking support. Multiple, this is called consolidation. Multiple candles, small candles, bigger wicks, small real bodies, you know, right? There might be exceptions, but I would term it as a consolidation only. Why? Because it has taken support at this level, isn't it? So this is the way things are going in the current market. It has taken a support at this level. You can justify today's movement from this pivot. Okay. Now, how to trade using pivot, that I'm going to teach you free of cost, obviously, because just remember to subscribe and follow the Market Insights channel and start trading today itself with Vantage. And this is the level where we have started our journey for today. This is the level 11th July 4:30, 11th July 5:30, 7:30. Okay, okay, done. Okay. So this is a daily time frame only. This is a hourly time frame, and this is a daily pivot. Okay, this is called a pivot. The We are seeing it in white, and you are seeing P as the pivot. Okay, this is called pivot point. And how it is calculated, sir? Don't have to worry about it, but I will tell you. Pivot is calculated based on the HLC data. What is HLC, sir? High, low, close. Okay, high price, low price, and closing price of the previous trading session. Okay, of the previous trading session, we take an average of it. HLC 3, we also call it HLC 3, and we take a basically average, and this is the average of the previous trading session, which means this day, and I'm getting a answer of 1762. How to interpret pivot point, sir? So if the price starts below the pivot, this is the pivot 1762. Okay, if the price starts below the pivot, that means the day is going to be bearish. The whole day, full day, it's going to be bearish. Okay, it might change. Okay, it might change due to certain news or due to market participation, due to the other parameters that are working in the market. But if it is opening below the pivot, that means for the day, right, it is going to be bearish, right? Now down you see three lines: S1, S2, S3. Okay, this is calculated based on the pivot only, and this shows us where exactly the supports lie. If the price is breaking down from the pivot, it will reach this point, take a support at this level. This is what it is showing, and is showing it perfectly. Don't have to count the wicks. Wicks are, obviously, I've told you, wicks are not correct. If they breach lines, don't worry about it. But this candle, it has breached and it has taken a good amount of buying has happened here. You look, this is a hammer. Okay, this is Japanese candlestick pattern. It is called a hammer. In a downtrend, if this hammer forms, it goes up. But again, it is not very impressive movement. So You have to trade. If you have to take a trade based on this hammer, you can take a trade. If you're a scalper, if you're a swing trader, if you're a day trader, whatever it is, you can take a position based on this also. Japanese candlestick patterns. Okay. Now this is Japanese candlestick pattern called hammer. Okay. It has taken a support at this level. Understood. Now gold is so much today. You have taken an enough amount of time. And I've shown you three ways in order to draw the support and resistance levels. The first one was price consolidations, where the price consolidates. Okay, it rests, it takes some rest, and then it tries to move back in whatever direction it is headed to. Price consolidation. The next one was repeated highs and lows. If the highs and lows are repeated, the lows will form their support level, the highs will form the resistance level, and the next we have seen pivot points. Okay, these three things we have seen. And how to trade using pivot point. If this breaches with a very strong candle, bearish candle, then you might take a short trade, confirm it with some other indicator, right? Some other indicator or some other pattern you might know. So confirm it, and then you can take a short position, right? And then you can keep your target price above this particular support level, so that if just it goes down, it takes a position here only, and then it moves back up, because these are not pinpoint levels. These support levels are not pinpoint levels. Okay, we can take this as a reference, but not exactly as a this number is going to be the support. That you cannot take. Okay, so somewhere around here you can take your target. Okay, and then you can keep a stop loss above this pivot. Okay, for the previous high you can take a support, the stop loss. Short position you understood. Similarly, if the price is above the pivot of the day, let's say the price is moving in this range. Let's just draw something. So if the price is moving, it has opened somewhere here above the pivot, that means the day is going to be bullish only, right? So for the day, the price chart is like this, moving like this, moving like this. But at the end, it breaches very sharply at this point. Okay, and it might pull back somewhere here, and it might go up again, right? So we can consider such a movement can also happen, right? It might start above the pivot, it might act in a consolidation, just the way it has acted here. It is just the basic opposite of it, right? It might go all the way back down to the pivot, it will take support, it will move back up, and it will breach this. When this line will be breached, when this resistance line, the R1, similarly S1, S2, S3, similarly R1, R2, R3. Okay, so if this resistance is being breached and I'm confirming it with some other indicator, I can keep my target somewhere here. I can keep my stop loss below the pivot point, and I can earn good money. This is pivot points. Very good indicator, but you have to remember that we have to complement it, and we have to get confirmations also based on this. Okay, three things we have considered. Now the time is up. I would say thank you very much everyone for coming, showing up, and I will leave you guys to this. Just remember that history tends to repeat itself, and pivot points are a good indicator, and you have to look at the market the way it is telling you to look at it, right? If the market is telling you to look at me in a bearish movement, right? So I cannot buy in that market. Prior to this, I've already shown you the trend line analysis, which is extremely important. And the way trend line analysis works is supremely fantastic. And the price action already, if we are talking about technical analysis, it basically counts in the fundamental news, so don't have to worry about the fundamental news that is going to come out. But overall market overview, you should have some idea of it, isn't it? So this was today's session regarding supports and resistances. I wanted to push in some other details also, but we can cover it in the next session, I suppose. Until that time, happy trading, and thank you very much for turning up today. Bye bye, take care.